And, for some of us who love to read, especially people, who love to read the fiction books, we never really get a lot of love that we deserve. Because every time I tell people that I'm reading some kind of fiction book, they'll be like, oh, you're not even serious. So just go get something to do with, like, some Robert Greene, some Grant Cardone. Steph over here.
Yeah.
Some Steph really loves Uncle G.
Yeah, he's a really good guy.
Yeah, but I can tell you for sure, there's so much value when it comes to reading fiction books. Not only that, not only because it's going to make you smart, but also how women perceive you.
Yeah.
Kwanzaa for guys. Now, the latest fact I'm reading over here, according to survey, that results now indicate that women find hobbies suggesting practical skills, deep knowledge, and creativity particularly appealing in a partner. Activities like painting and other artistic pursuits ranked highly, with reading fiction being noted as one of the most universally attractive hobbies. Now, these interests are viewed as signs of depth, intellect, and a well-rounded character. You know what I mean? So if you're a guy out there, you like to read, consider yourself to be very appealing to the ladies.
True that.
Yeah.
There's nothing amazing as a lady getting to your crib.
That laugh has to be remix that laugh. The villain.
And then they're like, oh my God, you have all these books. Which one is this? What's this about? And now you take the opportunity to explain. You're like, so this is just a book about a king who used to live in an island by himself. And then you tell the lady, maybe sit down so I can explain for you, father.
Yeah.
She's just that floating. Her eyes are almost going crisscross. Like,
I know, bro. Yo, where the readers at, man?
Fairy tale worlds. But
Do you like to read books?
I do like
What
to
are your
read
favorite type of books to read?
Oh, I do like non-fictional though.
Oh, non-fictional.
Yeah.
What ones, for example? Business or like travel or spiritual books?
Not really into the travel ones, but more or less the business ones. The ones that make me think, okay, this is how I can do it. Like, the one about highly intelligent, my gosh, it just came out of my head.
Take it time.
But I can see the picture of it right by my bedstand.
Yeah. So productivity books, books that will add value to your life.
Yes,
Get you some skills.
Yeah, like ego is the enemy, stuff like that. So that I know where I am and I can gauge, okay, this is things that I can use. These are things that I can apply.
Yeah.
And some of these books are written in ancient times. Like when you look at The Richest Man in Babylon, it's still valid till today.
Yeah.
It talks about saving, it talks about investing.
I've read that book.
It's so nice.
Yes. It's the 7 skills of highly successful people.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what's up, man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I try to balance them, by the way. So I can read different genres. For example, I can read some business.
Yeah.
And then, rest a bit, chill, walk around. And then, of course, read some fiction. And then some spiritual books. Because I'm a Rasta. So, I need
some spiritual food.
Yeah. Food for the soul.
Yeah.
What about you, bro?
I try to balance as well. Non-fiction more. If it's fiction, probably Catch-22, Joseph Heller. That was a really nice book, which I can actually read it again. Yeah. And then non-fiction, there's one called one that I'm doing right now. What is the What? It's by Dave Eggers, and it's focusing on a story about a Sudanese guy called Valentino Achak Deng, the Lost Boys.
You go,
yeah, the
bro.
guys who were like rolling through the forest during the Civil War. That book is emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really a deep.
So do you like fiction though?
Not really, to be honest. Yeah, the thing is, if I start a book, maybe I'm on like page 24, I will have to finish the book.
I found an awesome strategy because a lot of people, especially guys who are getting into the habit of reading fictional books, so the thing is, this type of people usually give up at some point. I'm talking for the newbies. They give up because they think it's kidogo boring.
Yeah,
the stories have like different angles to it.
Yeah.
So I found out such a dope strategy of reading a lot of books at a shorter period of time. Because have you ever checked guys who talk about, I've read like 100 books this year. I'm like, what? Kitamba used to wonder, like, how would you go about that? Like, what do you mean? You're kidding. 100? And then I found out, so apparently the brain loves diversity. You never want, like, the brain doesn't want you to read one book at a time. So the best way you can do it, say, for example, you have like 20 books. And this is a strategy by somebody called Ty Lopez. I think he's such an awesome, he's a very smart guy, avid reader. So what he does is that he groups the books in groups of 5.
Okay.
4 groups of 5, right? So you can say this week, because 5 days in a week, for example.
Yeah.
So you read one book a day. Different, obviously. So by the time you get to Friday, those are 5 books. But then, now here's the catch, yeah? That one book that you're reading, you're supposed to time yourself for like 15 minutes only. So you read it, Ama, you can say, tonight I'm going to read only like 5 pages.
Yeah.
And don't cross that mark. So 5 pages, you're done, close it.
Yeah.
The next day, 5 pages like that. So by the time it becomes the weekend, you've actually read like a lot of pages. You know what I mean? 25 pages of all books, Ama 20, whatever, but different genres. So your brain tends to, absorb information,
like
variety of information, and you actually remember books better. I mean, information, content better when it's a variety. And then in the following week, in that same group of books, you get another group now. So by the time you get to the 5th week, the 4th week, depending on how you've grouped your books, now you start again to the first group of books.
Interesting.
You get unafika the end of the year, you've actually made so much progress. Even if you haven't read the whole book, you find like you're midway through all those books, like your whole library. But the whole thing of reading a book, just one book, can be daunting because it's kind of boring to the brain.
I feel like I would get mixed up. I'd be in the story and I picked it up. I'd be like, oh, I wonder where Mary left off with this story. And I'm reading, the reader is Jack. And I'm just there like, who's Jack? And then I have to remind myself what I'm reading. I would just get jumbled up in this whole thing. And then halfway through, I'd be like, oh, in this story, I learned about this and this and this. And you'd be like, no, they don't touch about that. Yeah, so interesting strategy.
The brain loves variety. It doesn't like consistency.
Yes,
that's what we want. One thing we're learning.
That works for people who procrastinate a lot. But
procrastinate? What do you mean?
People who don't want to finish something up, or something that they've started.
You start something, you don't want to finish it. That works well for them. But if you're into something, what I like to do is I start off from the end. Most people don't start the book from the end. I start from the end because I want to know, okay, at the end of the end.
How would you start from the end?
I'll go crazy.
I've never heard anyone say that.
I want to
know. What's that strategy? How does it work?
Day,
how can you start from the end of the story to
I've
the
heard
beginning?
some people doing that actually.
Unless you're reading the Quran.
It's insane.
No. So you start at the end, like the last chapter.
What?
And the last chapter basically sums up everything you're gonna need. It talks about the whole book, like what you learned through the whole book. And then from there, I'm able to pick up a summary of what the book talks about. And within that whole chapter, I'm able to decide, is this the book that I want to start off with, or do I just want to, toss it to the side?
But if I was ever to do that, I guess I would never read any of those books. Once I just read the whole chapter, it summed up everything I want to read. I wouldn't want to read that book.
Exactly.
It's gonna kill my energy.
You've already got into the point at the end of the story, so
I'm just gonna
you already know what happened.
I'm gonna be flicking through so many books.
Yeah, because when I do that, then I move on to Audible.
But also the thing about books is everyone has their own strategy of reading books and consuming that type of content, or whatever content. You know what I mean? There's no one size fits all when it comes to consuming knowledge. At the same time, what is constant is there's tons of benefits when it comes to reading books. And I feel like Kenyans need to actually embrace a reading culture where we are. It doesn't matter the content. As long as you're just reading, even if it's magazines, just read. Now, girls are going to like you if you're a dude, but you'll be better.
So a friend of mine is just commenting and he's saying, best books to read are cooking books. Yeah. So
Fam, let me tell you, whatever works for you. You feel me?
If you can't read a whole book, there are apps like Headway that basically tell you what the book is in about 15 minutes.
So
basically you've done. No, this is for people who are like, time is just, it's not.
That's like narrating a movie.
But then you miss the whole point of actually consuming a book, because every chapter has like a different narrative, a different story, different characters. So you actually, the beauty about books is you putting yourself in the shoes of the character. So if you summarize this thing, then how are you gonna learn all those nuanced stories in the book?
But as you said, Kev, everybody has their own way. It works. It seems like
no. Bro, let me ask you. If you summarize a book, I don't think you can tell me that you read the whole book, because there's certain details that you don't know. There's certain characters that you don't know their stories. You cannot even emotionally relate to them.
Characters, that is for fictional.
It's not. But a character is a subject in a book. It doesn't matter the content of the book.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. If you cannot empathize with a certain story, an angle to a story, and then you claim that because you've read the summary of the book, now you've actually read the book, you're missing the point of the book. The book is not about, books are not just about finishing it. You know what I mean? It's not just about completing the story. It's about you putting yourself in the shoes of these people in the book and then relating different experiences to your own particulars, to your own reality. Like, I feel like it's never about completing the book.
But some of us read the book in order to understand some of these skills, some of these values. You want to understand how you learned them. So if I summarize, you're basically, for example, a book about investing. Tell me step 1 to step 7, this is what you need to do about investing. That's it. That's all I need to know. And then if I need to go into depth, then I'm going to start reading it page by page, chapter by chapter. But if I only need the highlights of it so that I can, quickly pick it up and then start implementing it, I don't need to put myself into their shoes and actually immerse myself into the whole book. No.
Kev is not sold on that.
Everything.
Whatever works
I've learned
for you.
everything that I need.
Whatever works.
I think Kev is a very detailed reader. I can tell. Like, you want it word for word.
Listen. We keep on redefining what smart means these days.
Yeah.
I feel like we keep on fasting processes, and that's microwave readers, man. That's what I call them. I'm like, you. But anyway, I'm not saying your strategy is wrong. I'm just saying whatever works for you.
That's what I'm saying. I love documentaries. I love watching stuff, the Daily Post, magazines, articles, things that I can actually consume and feel like I'm done with what I'm doing. I love that too. I don't know if you guys are into documentaries and stuff, because those things thrill me more than books.
Man Who Built America, that is a nice documentary.
Kev's like, no.
Well, yo, cuz, let me tell you, we're all different people.
True.
We're individuals. How you consume particular things, there's no one
no formula.
Size fits all. There's no formula to anything in this life. You know what I mean? You can't say, Ati, now I get it better than you because I do such and such. I'm just saying there's different ways of doing things.
It, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's why I keep on repeating and saying, whatever works for you. whatever.
That's the first time you actually have kept saying, okay, enough.
Because we're going to go on and on with this conversation, but we're talking about the same thing. Benefits of reading books, isn't it?
As long as you're reading something that is not just cartoons.
See, that's where we differ. Because just because it's a cartoon and it has a story to it doesn't mean it's not beneficial to you. In fact, that's the basis of this conversation. It's like, just because you read a fictional book doesn't mean you're not getting value.
No, but she doesn't say that she didn't get value.
No,
she just didn't enjoy it.
No, even enjoying is a good thing. Enjoying is value, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Maybe she just didn't enjoy it.
I'm not talking about anybody.
Yeah,
I'm just saying in general.
Yeah,
when I walk into a boardroom, I'm not going to think about what Sarah told Jacob the other day.
Somebody else can do it. Somebody else can do it.
I'm going to be like, how can I negotiate with my client sat in front of me to make sure that the deal benefits him more than me?
Here's the thing. Reading a fictional book can actually make you a better negotiator. Did you know that?
I'm going to leave that to you.
Exactly, but you clearly don't know. That's what you're imagining. I think you should read a fictional book at some point and then judge for yourself, because if you leave it to me, I'll just treat it as fact. So judge for yourself, because
James Patterson, I've actually read his books. They're not bad.
I don't believe you.
I actually have it. I will show you a picture of it.
Asterix.
What? Asterix, what's that?
Tintin.
Let's talk about James Patterson. What book did you read of his?
It's a blue cover.
It's a blue cover. You didn't read the book.
Red. What
book is this?
Take a picture of it.
See what I'm saying, bro? You cannot argue about something that you're not. You need to argue from a position of knowledge. That's what I mean. Like, if you've never read a fictional book, how can you say?
That's why I said it's not for me. Okay.
I loved Catch-22. It was fictional. Joseph Heller. That was a crazy book.
What was it about?
It was about a pilot and his whole squadron. They did crazy stuff, crazy stuff, experiences. So it's just all about that, life in the air, life doing what, life as a pilot.
That's what I was expecting.
Yeah, so it was really interesting.
Well, this is about a CIA agent in New York called Alex, and he's solving a murder about someone who got killed in the bedroom.
Ooh.
And it involves MPs and all that stuff, and they have to keep it down low.
That's much better.
Yes, that's what it's about.
Okay, so Kev, we need you to also bring us some of the books, because you've mentioned some very nice books, and actually we were talking about this with Steph sometime.
Why don't we trade? See, we just trade them.
So
I'm done giving people my books just like that.
Yeah, we want to
bring
read
a book
some
and
of
I
the
give you
books.
mine.
I'll give you the Dev Eggers book, not Catch-22. What is the what?
That sounds dope.
Yeah, it's a really dope book. I like it.
Yeah.
So then you can exchange, you can trade. There's a book that you mentioned, but it's 2 weeks ago, and I can't really remember it. And I said I'm supposed to tell you that you should.
Who, me?
Yeah.
So.
You mentioned it here, but we'll remember, and then we'll see.
I'll give you one called 21 Speeches That Changed the World.
Ooh.
I've read that book.
Okay.
Damn. Kev, so I'll give you a magazine. And
I've read your
Cartoons.
magazines.
I wish.
You want to give me the newspapers?
Let's give him the Nomad magazine. You know, the one we just got from Vima the other day. Yeah, probably. He's gonna come back in 20 minutes. Yo, shh.
If you're gonna hate on fictional books in this show,
Yeah, no one's hating on fiction.
I will not agree with you.
Yeah. I thought it's only
Changed my
Manchester
life.
United.
They changed my life.
Yeah, watu wa Man
They
U
changed
pia.
my life.
They changed
I
your
think
life.
it's time for you to go read your book, right?
Yeah, it's book
it's
time,
about
man.
that time.
Someone's getting agitated here.
Yes. So, Kev,
Kev, go read
thank
the
you for
book,
having
man.
us on the show. We thank you for hosting this
Read
show.
a book. Read a fictional book. Watch a siasa. Read a fictional book. It's gonna change your life.
Bring me one.
Guys, it's been real, man. It's been real.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, same time, same place. Usual characters. Stefan, listen, man. There's nothing like character in productivity books. Stephanie, JP, and Kev.
Yeah.
And then we have Joe over there as well.
Yes.
This is really dope.
And Stan working on the
Yes.
edits on the other side.
Yeah, tomorrow's Friday, finally, manze. The holiday season it's getting there.
48
The energy is getting
days.
there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm really excited about this.
49 days.
Yeah. And I hope this Christmas season comes with major blessings.
Absolutely,
That's what I
man.
say.
Yeah.
So now get this, yeah. You're gonna hang out with us on the hashtag After Hours on Spice. UMC Live. Follow me at Kev Matara.
Her power play.
_tech Street 24.
That's what's up, guys.
Yeah.
Right now, I can see it's a couple of seconds to 10. And a massive shout out to everyone who's been hanging out with us. Oh, snap! Before we start talking about, okay, fine. Nah, crush that. Yeah. I was going to give you some other facts, but you know what? I'll just tell you tomorrow. It's fine. Something very legit about more books, but you know,
Yeah.
it's
What is, you can keep on reading his cookbooks. That's what he's saying.
We're not reading any cookbooks over here. Nah. Peace out, man.
Peace, man.
Sugar and spice and